Alright. Welcome back to the lab, my young Padawan mechanics. We have a special guest with us. Raichu apparently has logged in during a video, so he gets to make a cameo appearance. As for my Darth Vader impersonation, it is not the best, but we do have some very important information we need to go over here in this new lab I've set up. We are going to be going over something I call Spring Forces. As you can see, I have my two ducks on top of my springs here, and it has come to my attention that there are many of you who just don't understand the mysteries of this spring force. So what we're going to be doing is setting up a couple of experiments in my laboratory to help you understand just what is going on in this game with these springs. Right here on this table, I've set up a duck I will be calling Hori. Hori is the horizontal duck. He's positioned in a special way with two wooden boards at his sides. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these boards from next to Hori. I'm going to get in the seat, and as you can see, Hori is a happy green duck. He can move left and right, and his claustrophobia, which is a big word which you should look up if you don't understand what it means, just wiki it. His claustrophobia isn't affecting him, but if we go and put some wooden walls next to Hori, the horizontal duck, and then get in the seat and push left and right, he is not happy. Look at Hori shaking. Now, the two guardian ducks who I have on the side, they're going to move out of the way, and you're going to see what an unhappy trapped duck is going to do when placed on a spring and then pushed to the side with a bearing. I'm going to press 1, and our guardian ducks are going to drop. And now, when I push left and right, Hori pushes on the wood that's on the side that I'm turning him into, causing this force, this turning force to appear. Very mysterious power in this game that ducks have when they push against walls on their sides. Now I'm gonna close up this little experiment, and I'm going to show you a new duck. Thank you, Hori. I'm hope because you have claustrophobia and I don't want to torture you anymore, I'm gonna move those blocks out of the way. You a happy duck now, Hori? Good. I don't want Hori to be suffering too much for the sake of science. So the next thing we have is Verdi. Verdi is our vertically orientated duck. As you can see, Hori, the duck, was going side to side like this, but Verdi, the vertical duck, is positioned so that when I turn the steering wheel, he goes up and down. So what I'm going to do is, you already see Verdi is in a trapped position there with the wood on his sides. I'm going to get in and I'm going to release the holding clamps. Let me see. Okay, yeah, there you go. That releases them. Now I'm free to pivot. Now when I turn the steering wheel, you can see that Verdi the duck is pushing on the wood depending on which way I'm turning, because I have this bearing connected to the seat, which makes it function like a steering wheel bearing. So Verdi pushes up, Verdi pushes down, and Verdi turns us all the way around. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to lock up. Ooh, I got it stuck. Hold on. I'm going to turn this one more time, lock it up, and just so that you guys could see, I'm going to do a little close-up on Verdi. You can see how Verdi pushes on the walls when you have him arranged like this, and that causes those pushing actions, that strange, mysterious spring force that I've been telling you guys about. We're going to go over one more interesting thing about springs. Springs are not really there. Like the force, it's a mysterious thing that even though we can see it, like this wall of springs, we can also walk right through it like it's not even there. It's so strange how springs work. Another interesting thing about springs is you can't paint them. I think they're the only block you can't paint, or the only whatever it is. So in a way, even though you see springs, they're not really there. So, in case you guys were wondering how this mysterious force came to be, I don't know, but I think it has something to do with ducks. Actually, guys, the truth is, Hori, the horizontal duck, and Verti, the vertical duck, we're just here to help you guys understand. If I was to... Sorry, Hori, but for the sake of science, we're going to have to eliminate you. But don't worry, we'll bring you back in another episode. If we get rid of Hori and just put a wooden block in place, and then lay some blocks next to it to cover up the space, this block that we have in the middle there is going to do the same thing that duck did. It's going to push on the left and right. So in case you guys were wondering, don't feel limited to just having to use ducks. You could use any block that's solid. And you'll also be able, once our guardian ducks drop out of the way, to create that turning force. And the same thing applies to the vertical forces on the other one. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this very informative video, and you guys will understand better how to make new types of steering mechanisms, and in the case of Verti, even flying mechanisms. Did I say mechanisms? Flying mechanisms that you could point yourself up and down with using this system. This is going to give you guys a good foundation for any future builds, and I hope you guys have fun with it, because I want to see some of your coolest creations. So take care, and yes, all of you young Padawan mechanics, keep dreaming and build those dreams. Bye-bye.